Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Right, I've got loads of shit I could tell you, but I'm not going to go into it. Bollocks to it. Right, the beer we're going to look at now is one that was sent to me from a subscriber, Deep in RC. I did do a live with him on a Buxton beer, actually, yeah, Buxton beer and a Northern Monk beer, aka Liam. He very kindly sent me a few beers. I sent him back, some back. This is one of the beers that he sent me, and it is a Greek beer, and it is a beer that I was going to pick up an English version of, if you like, that is actually weaker. I can't be arsed now. I can't be arsed, so I'm just going to review this beer. So the beer we are looking at from Greece is Mythos. There we go. It's a lager. It's in a 330ml bottle. It's coming in at 5%. I think you can currently pick this up in Lidl's, this one. Nice artwork. There we go. There's, where are we? We're getting it wrong here. Let's have a look. That's it, yeah. That's the way. There we are. That's the way. It's a funny old, it's one of them funny bottle caps. The thing where you ring pull it jobby. So yeah, it's coming in at 5%. I've reviewed the 4.7% one. Like I say, I was going to pick up one of them and compare the two, but quite frankly, I can't be arsed now. So we are going to take a look at this. The bottle's quite nice as well. It's got Mythos and like the unicorn thing around the bottle. Now I don't have a Mythos glass, but I do have one Greek glass, and it is Alpha. So I do apologise, Mythos, for using an Alpha glass, and I do apologise, Alpha, for putting Mythos in your glass. But this is the only one I got, so I'm going to go with that now. So let's get it cracked open. Big thank you to Liam, by the way. Cheers, pal. So let's get it cracked open and see what we get. There we go. Ooh, look at that. So it's one of them things. You give it a bit of a as I opened it. Just pour it in. Now it's very grey here, and it's only about 18, 19 degrees, so it probably isn't going to cut the mustard like being in Greece and drinking it at like 32 degrees or something. But we are going to go with it. Now I poured it like that because I thought I'm going to try and create a head. And my word, haven't I created a head on that? So there is still some left in there. Normally, like with a green bottle, with a lot of green bottles, you'll be hit with skunkiness. Now the reason I sniffed that, because I wasn't hit with it. There is a little bit there, it's got to be said. So beer in a glass. It's a light golden colour, gentle bubbles going up. We got a compact 2-finger head. So let's dive in with the nose and see what we get. I'm getting more of that skunkiness now. I think it's lingering once I smell it. It's yeah, there is a touch of that skunkiness on the beer, or on, you know, what I'm getting from here. But saying that, bready, malty, lemon citrus. The skunkiness is minimal. It is there, you still kind of get it, but it doesn't overpower anything else. And in all fairness, it does smell quite nice. It smells like a half decent lager, to be honest. So let's get the rest in there. It's poured nicely, isn't it? 5% as well. There was a little bit left in there. This is a 300ml glass, so we'll get the rest in after. But let's dive in on Mythos Greek lager. Cheers, 5%. Cheers, Liam. Oh, do you know what? Ooh. Maybe, I don't know. Is it because I've been stuck with, well, I haven't really been stuck with Copperberg. I've had Spaten or Spartan. Very decent lager. But that is quite nice. Yes, it's quite sweet. But we'll come to that bit after. We'll come to that bit after. 5% Greek lager. Nice body. That's a nice lager body. It's not too weighty, but it's got more than your sort of average beer. It's got a bit of substance to it, shall we say. Carbonation's nice. It's got a bready body. Carbonation, I'm going to say, is bang on for this sort of beer. If you're in Greece and it's red hot, it's not the carbonation that is just going to fill you up with bubbles and bloat you and everything. But it's also not that sort of German carbonation, which is very light but subtle to the beer and suits the beer. This carbonation in this beer suits the beer. They've got it bang on for me with the bubbles in this. A tad rough around the edges, but the flavours are carrying that and pulling it through. Behind that, it is quite smooth in the mouth. The taste is a slightly sweet malt taste, bready, a little bit of like citrus, lemon citrus, that little zing in the background. It's a sweeter lager rather than bitter, but it's not sickly sweet. It's definitely just got that slight sweet edge. Nothing really nasty in there. There is a gentle tickle of bitterness in the background. But yeah, I've got to say, a different day I could think different of it. But today, it just seems really nice. And it actually seems like a decent drop. Now, what would be interesting is to see who actually owns this. I don't know who owns this, because I'm imagining this has got to be well, I can't see that bloody right. Look at it on the back, tiny. I'd imagine I'd imagine that these are owned by some of the bigger boys. Now, if they actually bought this out, I would guess that it's, well, I don't know. I'm pretty certain it's not owned by AB InBev. It wouldn't surprise me if it was owned by Heineken, but I don't think it is. I don't know. But if it was owned by Heineken, that would definitely be something worth bringing out on keg, because I think that is a nice, easygoing lager with nothing nasty in it. It would have to stay at 5%. We wouldn't want the shit being changed, different recipe, different ABV. It would have to stay the same. But if that stayed like that, that would be quite a nice drop, I think, to have on keg. A little bit like the Alpha. I mean, the Alpha never really sort of wowed you, but it had something there that was quite nice, easygoing, something you didn't have to think about and you could just drink. But yeah, while I'm going around the bloody houses doing this review, what do I think of Mythos? The proper, well, I'm guessing the proper Greek stuff that's 5%. Do I like it? Yeah. Nice, easy drink, and well worth picking up, you know. No thinking, no thought, but damn enjoyable, it's got to be said. So there you go. If you've had that before, it's just me being nosy outside. If you've had it before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. If you haven't, I recommend picking it up if you can get that specific sort of one. Feel free to like, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. And old Basil will see you on another one. Cheers.
Calling on you.